Hello everyone and welcome to the best blog on earth. I'm your host, Raleigh Harris. This week I wanted to give you all an update on the time machine. I'm in the process of designing a chamber that is big enough for me to travel through. I have taken apart a couple of microwaves, kind of reviewed their structure as much as I can, and I'm feeling confident that I can replicate that same design on a larger scale. I think the biggest problems are going to be energy input and not roasting myself alive. But I'll cross those bridges when I come to them. So yeah, I had to move some equipment around to a different location. I did find another house that had some solar panels on them. It's not quite as luxurious as this one. The walls are a different color. Yeah, it's gonna take me some time because the house is not really in close proximity. Maybe kilo and a half away. So I've got, travel time and materials back and forth. Luckily, I'm not planning to take a lot of those materials back here after I'm done, because once I'm done, I'll be back in the past, and this won't matter so much. So yeah, I started stripping down the walls of the room because I need to wire some stuff up, install some kinds of metallic panels, and I think it's going to turn out alright. As much as can be done will be done. Before I'm stepping into that thing, probably going to have to field test it, although I don't know if the increase in scale means I'm going to need to make a much larger breakfast pastry. I certainly hope not. I'm still debating over whether I'm going to need to build a little roundabout. Most microwaves have that little glass plate on the bottom that spins your food around so it gets evenly and thoroughly cooked. I hope, one, that I don't get evenly and thoroughly cooked, and two, that it's really not necessary for me to be spinning. Although, come to think of it, I should probably put it in there just because I'm going to need to replicate that experiment as closely as I can. I'm going to have to wire a panel on the outside, which I can probably just take a panel off a current microwave and hook it up through there. It already has the times and whatnot programmed into it, and then I can just control my larger microwave from that smaller programmable panel, because to be honest, I don't think I need to make a larger scale panel just to make everything work. So that's where I'm at with that. The new place has only one story, which makes my life incredibly easy, so I don't have to bring stuff upstairs or downstairs. Makes it a little bit harder in terms of keeping out the riffraff and the water. So I've started fortifying the position around it just in case we get any more flooding, because I don't need there to be water damage on my time machine, especially if I'm trying to use it. So overall, things are moving in a positive direction for me to go back in time myself into the past, which is going to be beautiful. And ultimately, I don't even notice the extra time it takes to move materials around, because I'm spending the time anyway, whether I'm laying about or moving stuff around. I'm just happy that I'm getting it done. Having to improvise with some of the materials. The inside of that microwave has that little kind of metallic-esque shell to it, and I'll be honest, I don't have large metallic panels. If I find some in the near future, that would be great, but I don't think those exist right now without me having to manufacture them. Yeah, I've had to knock out a couple beams, which I can only hope are not used for support, because I don't need the roof collapsing on me while I'm generating a temporal field. But I think everything's going to turn out alright. And I know that some of you are thinking, man completely guts a house just to rebuild it back up into a time machine. He must be the worst architect on Earth. Wrong. Best architect on Earth. that is going to do it for this week's episode. Let's end with our Australian fact of the week. Melbourne is the capital of Victoria. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time.